Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Tuesday, the 16th of July, 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed down 0.2% today, finishing at 7,999 points after yesterday's record-setting session. There were decent falls among the materials, utilities, tech and consumer discretionary stocks, while the property sector outperformed. Aristocrat Leisure was the biggest laggard of the large caps, down nearly 3%, while BHP was off 1.5%. That meant the Commonwealth Bank is again the largest stock on the ASX, notwithstanding it fell 0.4% today. Best of the large caps was Goodman Group. It jumped nearly 2%. In corporate news, wealth management platform Hub24's share price closed flat after announcing stronger than expected inflows. Its share price isn't far off double what it was about 12 months ago. And critical minerals producer IGO will write down the value of its exploration portfolio by up to $275 million in relation to its nickel assets. That sent its share price down 1% today. Story number 2. It was a wild day for Droneshield, the group that provides counter-drone defence solutions. Its share price hit a record high on opening and then slumped 30%, before recouping some of the losses and ending down 24%. There was no new news about the company today, although some analysts have come out doubting its valuation in recent days. Probably not a surprise. Droneshield's share price was 38 cents at the beginning of the year. It got to its peak yesterday morning of $2.71 and finally closed at $1.98. Quite the ride. Story number 3, US Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell overnight said that second quarter data bolstered confidence that inflation is cooling, and that helped equity markets. Apple continues to run. It's now worth $3.59 trillion US dollars. Oil's relatively flat. Gold is creeping higher, fetching nearly $2,430 US dollars an ounce, and Bitcoin is worth more than $64,000 US dollars a unit. The Aussie dollar has come back a bit. It's buying 67.3 US cents. And finally, I must mention BlackRock. In the last quarter, the US-based wealth manager attracted $51 billion US dollars to its long-term investment funds. It means the world's largest money manager, BlackRock, now has $10.6 trillion of assets under management. Not bad. Story number 4, the boss of the Australian energy market operator, Daniel Westerman, says the opposition's plan to build 7 nuclear reactors would take too long to replace ageing coal generators. Mr. Westerman, speaking at a clean energy summit, also said gas is the ultimate backstop during the transition to renewables. He said the imperative to replace retiring coal stations is with us now, and even on the most optimistic outlook, nuclear power won't be ready in time. Under opposition leader Peter Dutton's plans, if he wins the next election, he'd build 5 large nuclear plants and 2 smaller ones, with the first to come online somewhere about 2035 or so. They'd be built on the sites of the current coal-fired power stations. Now, at the moment, coal accounts for more than 50% of power generation in the national electricity market. Gas accounts for just 5%. Nuclear won't be up and running in time, Mr. Westerman said. Hence, we're going to have to rely on gas. And story number 5, oil exploration is not dead, with ExxonMobil planning to drill up to 30 wells as part of its 7th oil project in Guyana. Now, the project, which is pending government approval, would start production in 2029, lifting the country's capacity to more than 1.4 million barrels of oil per day, according to Reuters. The Hammerhead project will pump as much as 180,000 barrels a day as soon as 2029. Guyana is a growing oil resource, with output expected to jump 250% over the next 5 years or so. It highlights that oil drilling is alive and well. In fact, it's increasing. In the US alone, the number of wells drilled has been trending higher since 2016. That's it for the afternoon report for Tuesday, the 16th of July, 2024. Julian King and I will be back tomorrow morning with a Wednesday edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.